Restream.io. That is the tool that I'm using to stream right now. Let me just share with you that this was an unplanned, unscheduled live stream, but I want to share a few pieces of information, some items that may help you to stay up to date with what we're doing at Get Noticed with Video this week. So I'm going to share my little countdown because this is one of the things that I wanted to test with Restream.io today. And if it works, then this might be a win. So let's see. Here we go. All right, all right, all right. So I think that that turned out perfectly. And one of the things that we were testing is to see with Restream.io, now they have integrated the ability to be able to upload short video snippets. So video snippets has been a part of StreamYard's features for some time. And now it's a feature that's added to the Restream.io studio. So this is the live studio, and there are different features within Restream. The main advantage, as I've said in prior videos where we've done a comparison, the main advantage to using Restream over something like StreamYard and even Ecamm is that built within the Restream.io system, you have the capability of being able to stream to, I think, 30 plus destinations. So there's a never ending list. Many of these destinations I probably will never spend any time on, but there are several that I would like to explore further. And to be able to do that without paying an astronomical fee is exciting and is of interest to me. I don't know about you, but if you want to be in multiple platforms or on different spaces, just delivering the same or one-time streaming video, then this is absolutely a must for you to look at investing in. So Restream.io is the tool that I'm testing right now. But I also wanted to share, in addition to kind of testing out what their video system looks like, I wanted to share a couple of things about what's coming up at repurposeyourlivevideo.com. That's our boot camp that we're going to be holding, sponsored by me, Tanya Smith at Get Noticed with Video. We're going to be sponsoring this and holding this effective Friday, July 31st. So this will be our first version of this course in a boot camp style. And I'll explain in a little bit what that means. But I wanted to share a little bit about that with you. And after I get done with this particular stream, which is going to be very brief because it was unplanned, unscripted, what I plan to do is to send a personal message to those of you who have already signed up for that camp, because there's something that I want you to do. I've been thinking about this and kind of processing through this over the entire weekend. There's something I want you to do in order to make sure that you get the most out of our time together on Friday morning. So I'll be talking about that in just a second. I'm double checking real quick here to see. I do see a friend. Oh my goodness. Somebody said that's my birthday. Who is this? So it says Facebook user. And I'm wondering if similar to in our with StreamYard, if it's saying, hey, you got to give us permission to be able to showcase your Facebook name and profile. So that may be the case. I may scoot on over to my my page and see if I can see who that is and acknowledge you. Thank you for showing. Again, this was unplanned. It wasn't something that I planned on doing this evening, but I thought, you know what, let me just test this out so I can get a feel for in real time if Restream.io is streaming in higher quality. That's one thing I wanted to check. I wanted to see if the video integration was working. Oh, it's my friend Victoria. Hey, beauty. So look here, I still love the ability to be able to really truly see your faces and to have a little bit bigger font, right? I like that option on StreamYard still. So as I'm comparing the two in real time, I'm kind of getting a feel for whether or not I would move over to Restream.io permanently. Right now, I'm still not there yet, but it's coming. It's coming along. I still think StreamYard is a little bit further along in that StreamYard gives you the ability to showcase really beautifully branded graphics. Of course, they've had that video integration thing for a while, so that you can upload your snippets like your intro or your outro. The other day, I showcased a testimonial, a brief testimonial in the middle of my live. So there are options, I think, that are really nice inside of StreamYard that are still maybe in an infancy stage when it comes to Restream.io. Okay, so someone said yes. Okay, so we need to give permission and yes to big fonts because look how tiny that is. Now I have mature eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest. I've got mature eyes, which means I need a little bit of a bigger font than what I'm seeing right here on the screen. I don't know about you, but some of you are mature eyes like me. You have mature eyes like me, and we need a little bit more. So I'll just leave it at that. All right. So a couple of quick things. Now, one of the things I do like right here is that I can easily brand that, but again, it's still tiny. Follow us on Facebook. This is my community. GetNoticedWithVideo.com/community is one way to get there. The other way is that it is Get Noticed with Video VIPs. Okay, all that said, let's dive into some of the meatier stuff that I want to tell you before I need to get off and record for my Repurpose Your live video bootcamp attendees. Okay, so the first thing is I wanted to remind those of you who are watching, if you're watching this now, which is Sunday, the 26th of July, if you're watching this now, there's only a few days left to actually get in, and we have just a few seats left because my maximum that I'm taking into this program is 10. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking about putting the ceiling a little lower than that because I'm going to be spending some very personal time, some intimate time with my students in this course. The purpose of the Repurpose Your Live video bootcamp, and let me try to do this while I'm testing out the program, Repurpose or Restream.io. All these IOs, man. I want to go ahead and pull up this screen and I'm going to see what it looks like. It may look a lot like what it did the other day when I was testing out. Yeah, testing out Restream. Um, so notice that it kind of cuts off. It gives us a lot of background. So it's not, in my opinion, making the best use. Like I don't have the ability to really blow up unless I spotlight my page right there. And then I'm teeny tiny. So I'm not sure I like that. Anyway, let's talk about Repurpose Your Live video. So this boot camp, if you go to repurposeyourlivevideo.com, you can find out a little bit more about it. I have actually hosted a course before, a course that was a 5-day challenge. So some of you who may be watching and are part of my audience may have participated or been a part of that class that we delivered before. It was a 5-part challenge. The only thing that I won't say that I don't like, but I'll say what I really do love and appreciate is the ability to be able to deliver hybrid coaching courses, meaning that you don't simply buy the course, have the expectation that you're going to go home, watch it at your own pace, and that you're going to get things done, and then you end up falling off or don't stay on track and never come back to it again. That's the common theme that tends to happen with a lot of online courses. I don't know about you, but I have a ton of online courses that I've purchased and they've sat on a shelf. As much as I was planning on participating, as much as I said, oh, I really need this information, I would purchase the course. I'd have every intention of joining in on the different lessons and the calls, but then be sidetracked because life was happening or other commitments as far as work or business were taking place. So what I decided is to try something new. And what I'm going to be trying, and it's not really new for me because I've actually done this successfully with one-on-one clients. This boot camp style is more personal. It is more about spending more hours in the same day where we're all on the line together and creating and getting results in real time. So I'm not just going to sell you a course and then let you go and then hope that you may take it. What we're doing is we're spending 3 hours in this boot camp and going through my personal system, which I actually have been tweaking and working on even this past week to make sure that I have things down to where they need to be so we can simplify and create a system that will easily allow you to adapt a 10 to 15 minute video into multiple pieces of content with or without paid tools. I'm going to share, of course, the tools that I use for automation purposes. Then I'm also going to give you some tips on how you can do some of this same repurposing on your own. It may take a little bit more time, but ultimately the goal is to make sure, let me switch that up. The goal is to make sure that you have a system because that is the biggest reason why I see so many businesses, entrepreneurs, especially service providers who don't have a tangible product. This is why we fail. We fail due to lack of systems. So what I'm doing in this program over the 3 hours is actually working with this small group and helping each of them to create content specifically from a video that they've created. So again, when I get done here, I'm going to be sharing a video with them sharing exactly what they need to do for prep work. In addition to the fact that we're going to do the boot camp, they also have access, and you'll instantly have access to this when you sign up, but to a dashboard area where you have the ability to be able to download resources such as the agenda. You can go back and find information as far as where we're going to connect. We are going to use the Zoom platform this time, although I've been experimenting a little bit with Google Meet lately. And I'm finding it to be really nice and simple to use. So something that might trigger you to test that out. But we're going to be doing that, and that's Friday, July 31st. So if you are interested in finding out more, feel free to email me or just message me from whatever platform you're actually watching this, or go to repurposeyourlivevideo.com and you'll see information. I did not do a super lengthy sales page, and I haven't done a whole lot of advertising because frankly, I think this is going to be for the people who are already in my circle that understand the value that I offer in these programs. And I'm hoping that you will get what you need so that by the time we're done with a 3 hour program, you're going to have content that you're ready to go ahead and post. You're going to have content that you're ready to deliver as a lead magnet. You're going to have executed on a plan, not just sat there and listened to me talk, right? So it is a working program. The second thing I wanted to share with you all, and just to remind you about, and I mentioned this last week in my Tuesday training, because I go live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. The thing that I mentioned is that I'm going to start hosting live training and webinars, which we'll do on the fourth Friday of every month. So it won't be this month. Of course, this month is gone. Because we're actually doing Repurpose Your Live video. But in August, we will begin. And the first course or the first webinar that I'll be doing, this is going to be training where we're teaching something specific that will help you to leverage video in a more practical way. We're going to be doing a StreamYard tutorial. So for those of you who have purchased StreamYard and you're like, okay, I got it, but I'm not sure what to do with it, similar to what I did a few months ago with Zoom, I'm going to walk you through at great length how to best utilize the features in the program that you're paying for, right? Okay, so that will be the first of several in that series, but the fourth Fridays is the goal for doing that type of training. And then the third thing I wanted to share with you is that, Mm-hmm. Have you heard about mm-hmm? It is HMMM, right? And let's see, Victoria asked the question, so let me pop this up. Again, it's really teeny tiny, Victoria, but it says, are you broadcasting from Streamio to more than two places? Yes, I am at this moment. I'm broadcasting to several. I think I have five right now that I'm broadcasting to because I wanted to test and see. So I'm going to go back after this and after I deliver my message to my students, I will go back and kind of check the quality because I want to see, are we lagging in any of the spots where I actually broadcast? Um, is there anything I missed that I couldn't see while I was here live? Because I love the central dashboard concept, which is similar to StreamYard, but I got a feeling that I'm missing some folks. I'm missing some things, such as Victoria, I can't see that it's you, except for the fact that you told me that it's you. So I need to figure some of those things out before I can give a full-throated support of Restream IO. I know a lot of people that use it and they use it and they love it. And from a quality standpoint, I do suspect that it has greater quality, but I definitely want to make sure that I'm giving an honest review of all of the angles, whether it's, pros or cons. I want to make sure that you know my real thoughts. So right now, I like the idea of it. I just think that there's still some things that need to be fully baked, and they're probably working on it because it seems like every couple of weeks there's something new. Let me get back to that. It's I think it's two M's, and then it's HMMM is a program, it's an app that allows you to turn your Zoom video platform into like a multimedia style presentation. At least that's what I hear. So I signed up for the beta because I was interested and I am looking forward to it too. Again, can't see who this is, but if you're part of my boot camp, then welcome. And I'm super excited that you're going to be there. Um, this thing is an app that is right now in beta, and you have to go and ask for an invitation to participate, which I did a few weeks ago, and I did get access to the app. The problem is I use a Windows 10 system. So I do not use a Mac, although my daughter does. She has a Mac, so I'm probably going to have to test it out on her Mac before she heads off to the dorms in a couple weeks. Speaking of that, I will share with you once I get a chance to test it, I'll give you my real thoughts on that and share something in an upcoming Tuesday live about the app and see if maybe it's something we all want to try inside of Zoom. I do have a lot coming up in the next couple of weeks, as many of you do as well, because we're transitioning my daughter to college life. It's going to be very different this year. This class of 2020, bless them all. It's going to be very different for them than it was for any of us as a freshman in college. Most, if not all of her classes are going to be online. And the experience on the campus of living on the campus will not be the same as what it was even last year for people who were coming into the campus. But regardless of that, we're going to make the best of it. My other child and I will be spending more time together at home because she will be online to start out the year for school. So I'm saying this to say that there's more on my plate than normal. And if I somehow miss your message and you send me a note, because I'm really very good at customer service and making sure that you are heard. But if I miss anything, just know it's because there's a lot to juggle in this moment. But we'll be on track. We'll be fine. Just give me a little grace. If I have to miss a couple of live streams coming up, then I'll make sure to notify you and warn you in advance. I promise that. Okay, I see someone else that says, hi, Tanya. See, and I can't see who it is. So I don't like that. I prefer to have the ability to really be able to acknowledge you on a personal level. And many of the folks that I talk to and connect with are in, for instance, my Facebook community. I'm also starting to grow in the YouTube space as well as a few other spaces that I've intentionally begun to brand in. but I like acknowledging you and letting you know that I'm here for you and making sure that your questions get answered. So for now, it's looking like we're going to stick with StreamYard, but I do appreciate that they are adding more features. So they have added the ability to be able to showcase your video snippets over in Restream IO. They're all sounding the same. They're running together right now. Anyway, like I said, I did not plan this. This was an unscheduled live event, but I appreciate your time and I want to thank you so much for showing up for me and being here with me to test out this app and also to hear a little bit of news about what we're up to. If I missed you in our last community chat, I didn't do the best job of promoting it because, again, I'm juggling a lot of stuff. But just know that every third Friday, we have our community chat. So if you want to be a part of that, it's just an open Q&A and a way for us in my community of Get Noticed with Video VIPs to get to know each other, to network, to share, to encourage and support each other. And it's absolutely free to become a part of that group. So yes, I am very clear about protecting the space. That means if you do request to join on Facebook, you will need to answer all 3 questions, and I will vet and have my team member vet you as well to ensure that you are a real human being. And we want to know your answers to the questions about what is it you want to learn when it comes to the video marketing space, because that's what we talk about. That's what we're here to do, is to help simplify the process of using video as part of your marketing strategy if you're a service provider. So, all right, guys. Well, that's about it. I've done enough rambling. And there's Paul. Look, see, I can see Paul's name, even though it's, again, still teeny tiny. I can see you, Paul. Thank you for joining and hanging out with me for a few minutes. Like I said, I didn't plan this, but I wanted to test things out and just kind of see what I thought about Restream. And it gave me an opportunity to just say hello and to let you know that I'm sending you positive thoughts. Also, I would ask for something from those of you who are prayer warriors. I have a couple of family members who were recently in a really bad car accident. And we are just praying them through healing and recovery. One of them was actually in intensive care in the last 24 hours, but is now looking like he's going to be doing well. But I just ask for your positive vibes in that space too. So there's just a lot happening. And I think for all of us, for you too, there are probably a lot of things on your plate. Just know that you have got to take the time for self-care. And as much as we want to be successful, you know, entrepreneurs, successful at doing video, successful at writing our blogs, successful at podcasting, whatever it is that you do, we also need to be successful as a human. We need to be compassionate with others. We need to give grace to other people. Many people are stressed in this moment in time, stressed beyond belief. We need to stand up for what is right. Stand up against racism, stand up against bigotry, stand up against hatred of anyone else who is not like us. We've got to do that. But it's a lot. And like Victoria said, it's a lot out here. It is. It's a lot out here. And thank you for the prayers too, Victoria. I just hope you all have a blessed and highly favored week. And thanks again for listening. And I will be here on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central, doing my regular weekly live show where it will be a little bit more scripted and organized, unlike this one. But I do, again, appreciate your support always and hope that I can continue to do what needs to be done to support you in your efforts as well. Take care and have a good rest of your Sunday.